You can't use a regular savings account anymore. The rules are different for NRIs. But one wrong move, the wrong account, the wrong route, and you risk tax issues and penalties. That fear stops most NRIs from even trying. Because the moment you start researching, you're hit with terms like NRE, NRO, PIS, non-PIS, and somewhere in between all these acronyms, the excitement turns into confusion. What are PIS? Is it mandatory? Which account should you even use? And why are there different routes to invest? Most NRIs want to invest in Indian equities but are stuck because the structure isn't explained clearly from the start. So in this video, we are going to simplify everything. First, what these account types actually mean. Second, where PIS or non-PIS fits in. And third, how you can invest in Indian stocks without feeling overwhelmed. So let's get into it. So before we jump straight into PIS and non-PIS account, there's one thing you need to understand first, where your money is coming from. And that starts with something called an NRE account. What is NRE account? NRE stands for non-resident external. An NRE account is a bank account in India meant for money that you earn outside India. So if you're working abroad, earning in dollars, pounds, dirhams or any foreign currency and sending that money to India, it goes into an NRE account. The most important thing to remember here is this. Money in an NRE account is fully repatriable, which means you can take both your principal and profits back abroad without restrictions. So mentally lock this in. NRE is equal to foreign income plus full repatriation. Okay, so now you have money in your NRE account. The next obvious question is, can I use this money to invest in Indian stocks? The answer is yes, but not directly. And this is exactly where PIS comes in. What are PIS? PIS stands for Portfolio Investment Scheme. But instead of remembering the full form, remember this. PIS is a permission and tracking system for NRIs investing in Indian shares. Since NRE money comes from outside India, the RBI needs a way to monitor NRI investments, make sure limits are followed, and keep the system compliant. PIS is how that's done. How does a PIS account actually work? Here's what happens behind the scenes. When you open a PIS account, it is linked to your NRE bank account and also linked to your trading and demat account. Now, every time you buy a stock or sell a stock, your bank automatically reports that transaction to the RBI. You don't have to report anything yourself. You don't have to inform anyone. The system does it for you. This reporting ensures you stay within NRI investment limits, your investments remain legal, and your money can be repatriated later. Why do investors actually need PIS? So why would an investor choose PIS? Because PIS gives you one big advantage, the ability to take your money back abroad. If you invest using NRE funds, make profits in Indian stocks, and later want to move that money overseas, a PIS account makes this possible. Without PIS, repatriation becomes complicated or restricted. So in simple terms, PIS is not about trading convenience, it's about money movement and compliance. Now just to be transparent, PIS accounts do come with more checks, more rules and slightly more paperwork. But that's not a disadvantage. That's the cost of having repatriation freedom. So now you clearly know what an NRE account is, what PIS actually means, how it works and why investors need it. Now the next question is, what if I don't care about repatriation? What if my money is already in India? That's where non-PIS accounts enter the picture. Now let's talk about non-PIS. Up till now, we have spoken about money that comes from outside India, that is NRE accounts and PIS. But not all NRI money is foreign money. A lot of NRIs have money inside India already, and that's where non-PIS comes in. So what kind of money are we talking about? Non-PIS investments are made using an NRO account. NRO stands for non-resident ordinary. An NRO account is used for money that is earned in India or received in India. For example, rent from a house in India, dividends from Indian investments, pension, or any income generated within India. This money stays in India and is not freely repatriable. So remember this clearly. NRO is equal to Indian income plus limited repatriation. So what exactly is a non-PIS account? A non-PIS account allows NRIs to invest in Indian stocks without RBI reporting. That's the key difference. Since this money is already in India and not coming from abroad, the RBI does not need to track every stock transaction. So the investment happens under non-PIS. How does non-PIS work? When you invest through a non-PIS account, it is linked to your NRO account and your trading and demat account. Every buy and sell happens normally, just like a resident investor. There's no RBI reporting, no investment ceiling tracking by the bank, and fewer compliance checks. The system is much simpler. So why do many NRIs prefer non-PIS? Because it's easier to operate, faster in execution, and involves less paperwork. If your goal is to invest money earned in India and keep the returns in India, non-PIS makes complete sense. But there's a trade-off, and this part is very crucial. Money invested through non-PIS is not freely repatriable, which means you can invest, you can earn profits, but taking that money back abroad has restrictions. So non-PIS works best when repatriation is not a priority and your focus is long-term investing within India. This doesn't mean non-PIS is worse, it's just built for a different purpose. PIS is about foreign money coming into India. Non-PIS is about Indian money staying in India. So now you know both sides. PIS for NRE money and repatriation, non-PIS for NRO money and simplicity. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments and we would gladly help. Thank you and see you in the next one.
Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.